Hey everyone! We already showed you on our Instagram post what stuff we had with us, and now we'd like to explain to you how that basic snow and ice sampling would take place on a glacier in the Arctic. We are in the Arctic already, we're just not yet in the Arctic, but it's snowy already. The first thing we will do is take an air sampler. That's this device. You basically press start on it, and there would be a filter cup on here, like a filter holder, and that'd just be a filter, and it's just like a vacuum cleaner. It just sucks in air, and every particle that's in the air will get stuck onto that filter on it. Now it's actually working. Nice. Okay, and you'd put it down somewhere, not on plastic and far away from you. So when the wind's blowing from this side, for example, you have the filter away from you facing the wind, so that particles that come from myself would not get into that filter. That's also why we wear these fancy white gloves and these red overalls, to just make sure that we have less of an impact on our own sample. That we do for 30 minutes per site. Then we have 3 of those squares that we do, and what we would do with those is it is 1 square meter of snow, and you just scrape off the top layer of it, then you throw it in a bucket, then you melt it so that it's fluid, obviously, and then you'd have this device, a so-called Fritte, a filter holder basically, and then you just pour the water, so you'd have a filter here, lying in here, and you just pour the water over it, and because there's a filter normally in it, you'd need to have some vacuum in the bottom so that the water gets sucked through the filter faster, because otherwise we'd be here for 3 hours and that will be rather cold in the Arctic. So that's what this device is for, and you basically want to have 1 liter of water per square meter, and every particle that was on this square meter will be then in this filter. And the filters of the devices we will basically pack safely, not in plastic, but in coffee filters, because they're made of cotton, I think, and in aluminum foil, so that no plastic will interact with the filters later on. And if we sample rivers, for example, it's the same procedure, just without melting, because rivers are liquid snow. So that's kind of handy. And yeah, for the other sampling, bird guano and sediments, we'll just show you when we find some.